Steve Christou is a councillor of Cumberland Council. I mentioned to you how Western Sydney came to the rescue. The last time our freedom was under threat, pushed back, gave the strongest signal that we won't put up with lockdown. Steve was one of those who, when everybody else was going silent, when the whole of local government just capitulated and cooperated, Steve was one of the few who stood up and spoke up. He's voting no. Please welcome Councillor Steve Christou.
Thank you, everybody. It's great to be out here supporting this cause. And the reason I'm here is because I stand hand in hand, side by side, with our Indigenous brothers and sisters. Because we want equality. We don't want to be divided as a nation. Now, when I look out into the crowd, I see many different faces, many different cultures. And that's what Australia is all about. Our great-grandfathers, grandmothers, our grandparents, mothers and fathers, they came out here from many different countries. The Lebanese, the Serbians, the Italians, the Greeks, the Croatians, and the English, the Irish, the Scottish, Filipino, Chinese. They all came to this country and contributed to make it great and what it is today. They work 6-7 days a week in factories, on construction sites. They ran small businesses, milk bars. They didn't know what a day off was. Many of them died on the job. And to now have a government turn around and tell these people that they don't get a voice, and they're going to create a two-class system where some people are going to be classed above others, I say no, and we should be saying no. You know, it's funny that in a cost of living crisis where we've got people struggling to pay the mortgage, the rent, the bills, and put food on the table to feed their children, our government's main priority is to create a divisive voice to Parliament and divide the nation. And it's not on. They should stop wasting their money and spend the hundreds of millions of dollars for actual campaigns on how to help the Australian people, on how to put food on the table, and how to alleviate some of the cost of living measures that everybody out here and most of Australians are facing. And the voice of Parliament is not going to create a rat's ass of a difference to the Indigenous people of Australia. It's not going to stop deaths in custody. It's not going to stop domestic violence. And it's not going to stop child abuse that is occurring, because it takes a real effort and a real desire, and it needs not lazy politicians to go in to these Indigenous communities and actually give it a go and help these people. So I say no to the voice, stand with our Indigenous Australians, give them an actual voice at the table and tell them what do our communities need. Say no to Albanese and his woke agenda that has no interest in the Australian people or the actual Indigenous communities doing it tough. Thank you very much. God bless. Vote no.